Okay, the reason why E minor should be your very first chord ever, and I've taught thousands of students, probably more than anyone ever has, or close to it at least, and this is always the chord that I start with. Now, I want to preface this that I actually always start my students off by getting some basic foundations, comfortable with string names, parts, frets. We're going to skip through all of that, but what I want to talk about is how I do the process, which is I get you playing a riff. Typically Seven Nation Army, Smoke on the Water, get you fretting. So make sure that you know how to fret first before we get into this. Once I get my students playing riffs, having fun, and playing melodies and fretting one note at a time, then I introduce this as their first chord. And here are the 4 reasons why. Reason number 1, it's easy, okay? So an E minor is just 2 fretted notes. The A and D string 2nd fret with my 1st and 2nd finger, respectively. And I strum all 6 strings, okay? It's easy because it's just 2 notes, right, that I have to fret, and it's all a bunch of open strings. Super easy, very approachable. Reason number 2 why I choose the E minor is it's actually got a very nice, stable sound. It's very common and stable, okay? I could teach you an E minor 7, which is an open everything except for that 2nd fret A string. And that's technically a chord, right? But it kind of sounds like you're just doing that. So it's a little bit underwhelming. That's why I go ahead and I just make you go that next level. And honestly, that leads me perfectly to the next and the 3rd reason why I choose E minor. It builds on your already existing skills and just takes one step further, okay? If I taught you just E minor 7 for your first chord, you'd be like, all right, cool. You'd be instantly bored. So, and it's not used that much if I'm being honest. So we go right for the E minor, and that way, now it's one step forward. It's just a challenge just beyond what you've been doing, okay? Which leads me to my 4th and final reason why I choose E minor. Because I'm forcing you to play here and keep that and then play here, it's building your confidence, okay? You were playing 1 note at a time riffs, now you're playing 2 notes at a time. And so that small, 1 step at a time approach is wonderful for creating confidence in my students because it's hard. The guitar is hard. It's weird as well. How often do you find yourself doing this and doing this, right? This is a weird motion, okay, for both hands. So to do them together is weird and it's hard. So take time, go easy on yourself, have patience with yourself and grace with yourself, and just take these 4 steps, approach the E minor. I actually did a video popping up right now on how to play the E minor chord. I'll walk you through it step by step. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe.